Exciting weekend of boxing for sure. Shakur Stevenson headlining ESPN. I happened to be there in person. Great performance. All the up-and-coming fighters did a great job. Jared Anderson finished his guy early. Keyshawn Davis finished his guy early. Shakur Stevenson finished his guy early. Sebastian Fundora gets stopped. Raymond Savage Ford wins in impressive fashion over a veteran, crafty veteran, aggressive veteran. MJ loses the titles. What else we got? James Corey Martin puts on a hell of a performance at 2300 Arena. Quadair Albright comes back in beautiful fashion, gets a late stoppage in the 6th round. It's a good weekend of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know. Talk to me. We here, we waiting for the house to fill up. Look like we got one person in here. What's the deal? Shout out to whoever's tuned in. It don't tell me who's tuned in. What's going on? We going up. We got 2 people in here. We going up. Let's go. Send all your questions through. I'm here. I'm here for the Q&A, for real, for real. That's how I like to roll. I like to, bounce off the questions and get it going from there. You know what I mean? Start digging into these styles, start digging into these fights, start digging into these future fights. However y'all want to do it, we can do it. Let's get it going. I'm with it. It's a little late, but I'm up. Tired, but I'm here. Talk to me. What we got going? This is crazy. What's going on? Seeing the crowd in Newark, New Jersey was definitely decent. It was a good thing, man, to see everybody out there supporting Shakur Stevenson. That was a great thing for boxing. To be fighting in his hometown, having his people there. Salute, Coach. Who you got on Shakur versus Tank? I bet Shakur. I'm going to be honest. That to me, I even talked about that fight while I was there. That to me is a 50-50 fight. Shakur is possibly the sharpest fighter in boxing right now, and Tank is possibly the most dangerous fighter in boxing right now. So the combination of the two, I really can't pick. I'm going to be real, I really can't pick. Shakur's IQ is through the roof, but Tank's intensity level is through the roof. So it just, I don't know. It makes for a great fight. Did you watch Shakur on The Breakfast Club? No, I ain't seen him on The Breakfast Club. I ain't get to check that out yet. I'm going to definitely check that out, though. But Shakur versus Tank, to me, was a 50-50 fight. You really can't call it. I think it's a toss-up. Either guy could win. That's how I feel. Tank with his power, speed, you know what I mean, his boxing ability, his agility, everything he brings to the table can cause trouble for anybody. Shakur Stevenson, with his, neat posture, composure, timing, you know what I mean, good jab, good speed, I think he can be trouble for anybody. Cause a handful of trouble for anybody. So it's tough to call, really. You know what I mean? To be honest, I really can't pick a winner in a fight like that. It's a great fight. I just hope we get that fight before I grow gray hair. You feel me? I hope I'm not an old-ass man by the time that fight happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the Q&A, though, y'all. Send the questions in for sure. And who you got on Valdez versus Neverett? I think Oscar stops him. I think Valdez is the better fighter. Neverett is a gangster, though. You can't count Neverett out. But I think Neverett, you know what I mean? I think Neverett is very tough. You know what I mean? He's worthy, but I don't think he could beat Valdez. I think Valdez is too strong, too explosive for Neverett. I think he's too sturdy, What you think of Devin Haney and Lomo? I think Devin Haney and Lomo is going to be a beautiful chess match for about 5 or 6 rounds. And then I think Devin will start to edgy. You know what I mean? Lomachenko is going to hold on. He's going to put up a great performance, but I don't think he's going to do enough to really get, you know what I mean, get the win, to be honest. What's up, Ash? What's going on? T.O. versus Taylor. That's going to be a great fight. That's going to be a great fight. If Teofimo could come in with the right mindset, if he can come in there, you know what I mean, really determined and really trying to win and really trying to adjust, because Josh Taylor is a dangerous fighter, you know what I mean, because he got the height, he lanky, he can punch, he can box, you know what I mean, he tough as nails. You got to really kick his ass. That ain't somebody you just can punch him and, you know what I mean, think you're going to just win off of scoring. You got to really break him up. So I think that's going to be a really exciting fight. Really exciting. Do you think it's smart for Haney to stay at 135? I think Haney, with doing everything that he did at 135, if he get the win over Lomachenko, I think he should move up. I think he should move up and cause some trouble at 140, because it's a lot of guys up there that, I mean, he can fight and he can still make some great money up there at 140. Did the pork really hurt your stomach? It just had me running, man. It had me running. Salute, I saw you at the fight Saturday. Appreciate that, bro. Why you ain't say nothing to me? You said what's up to me or what? Jermaine Ortiz and Keyshawn Davis been chatting on Twitter. How do you think that fight plays out if they get it on? I think, now listen, that's one of the fights to definitely to look out for, Keyshawn and Jermaine Ortiz. That'll be a great fight. Great fight. I think Jermaine Ortiz definitely got what it take to beat a Keyshawn Davis, but I think Keyshawn Davis got what it take to beat a Jermaine Ortiz. That'll be a great fight. I hope they fight. We need a fight like that. Very competitive fight. I mean, we know it's going to be a shootout. Jermaine Ortiz has definitely been battle tested. You know what I mean? So there's nothing bad we can say about that guy. He's never been stopped. I think that'd be a great fight. I would love to see that fight. Jermaine Ortiz would have to, you know what I mean, really let his hands go in that fight, though. And be smart. Make sure he's being responsible as far as defense. You know what I mean? Making sure he's getting his hands back up. Make sure he's slipping, rolling, doing everything he got to do. Appreciate that. Ern, what's up, Ern? I hope they put Taylor and KO on the betting lines. I haven't seen that. Yeah, it'll be there that day. Keyshawn called out Martin. Is Martin answering or who you got? I think that fight could happen, but I think it's just going to happen a little down the line because of the two promotional companies. I don't think it's going to happen right away. I think PBC got big plans for Martin. Frank Martin. I think they got big plans for Frank Martin. And I think that, you know, it's the same with Keyshawn over at ESPN and Top Rank. So I think in the future they'll meet. What you thought about Fundora knockout? I think Fundora, listen, man, Fundora, we all know is a tough guy, big guy, but he fights the wrong fight almost every time out. Ocampo, he got a little sharper for Ocampo. He boxed him more. I think he should have did the same thing in this fight. But you know what I mean, that trading back and forth with guys, and you got 12 inches on guys. I don't think he should be doing that. You know what I mean? And then he's not getting his hands back up. He not moving his head. He think he just gonna outwork you and outwill you, and that's not always the case. You know what I mean? The knockout, but I think he definitely needs some help in camp, because you can't be getting knocked out like that. And you that young, that shit can infect you. By the time he's 30, he could be like slow all the way down, possibly retiring. When fighters say the belts don't matter, how you feel about that, G? The reason I feel like they say that is because they still making the money, you know, champions was making back in the day without having the belt. And part of the fame is doing that. Part of the social media is doing that. And all the media outlets that we have, you know what I mean, is doing that to the game. So, I mean, if it was me, I would want to be a title holder for sure. But for some guys, I understand, because they making the same money, even more money, some of the guys. Do you think Jared Anderson ready to face top opposition? No, I think Jared Anderson should wait like another year and a half, 2 years before he start getting in there with the real big names. What do you think of Rolly's performance versus Yajit compared to Keyshawn performance? I didn't get to see Rolly fight Yajit, but Keyshawn fighting Yajit, I thought Keyshawn did a great job in breaking him down. You know what I mean? Going to his body, sneaking them uppercuts in there, measuring his right hand. When I say measuring with his right hand, he wasn't falling in with it. He was extending it and putting it right there just enough where he can find his range for his hook, his left hook, and his liver shot. And the right uppercut to the body. He just fought a great fight. I think he broke him down systematically. You know what I mean? Got him up out of it like he was supposed to. Hackett standing on his one smoke with Boots. Y'all going to cool him down? I mean, listen, I'm not one of Boots' trainers. A lot of people think that I'm one of his trainers, or they think I'm in the camp with him every day. They actually moved to another gym about a year ago, and I think Boots outbox Stanley on this. I can't say he'll stop him, but I think he'll outbox Stanley on this for sure. I don't think Stanley can keep up with him after 4 rounds, 5 rounds. Break down the Joyce versus Zhang fight this weekend. I think, listen, to be honest, Zhang is definitely going to slow down. He's going to put up a great fight. I think he's going to score some good shots early on. But Joe Joyce, man, if you don't got that shot, if you don't have the shot that Deontay Wilder has, and if you don't have the boxing ability of a Tyson Fury, I don't got nobody beating Joe Joyce. I think Joe Joyce would beat all the heavyweights except for Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. I think Joe Joyce is possibly number 3 most dangerous man at heavyweight division. Very dangerous individual. I definitely wouldn't play with him. If I had a fighter fighting Joe Joyce, that would probably be the most focused camp, most serious camp I would need out of a guy. Because Joe Joyce is a complete monster. And I think Zhang gonna get tired after 5 rounds. And I think Joe Joyce is gonna swamp him out. AKA take him in deep waters and drown him. If you were training / coaching Ryan, what would you implement for him to pull off the upset? If I was coaching Ryan, I would make sure, first of all, he got his hands up. He's rotating his hands. So what that means is when you're shooting with the left hand, make sure you got the right hand tight. When you're shooting with that right hand, make sure you got your left hand tight. Making sure he got a beautiful jab, quick feet, good head movement. And I would tell him not to go for the wild shots, the wider shots, the overhands, the big hooks. I would tell him not to go for those shots so early. I would want him to box Tank for as long as he could. And when Tank start to slow down and get frustrated and start trying to force his way in, then that's when you start loading up uppercuts and stuff like that. What do you think about Edgar Berlanga? I think Edgar Berlanga, if he humble himself and work more on his skills, I think he'll be a dangerous fighter because I believe he really does have a great punch on him. I really believe that about Edgar Berlanga. I think he has a great punch on him. I think he just needs to focus and humble up a little more. Rolly's performances on YouTube, if you ever get a chance to check. And I would love to hear your thoughts. I got you. I'm going to check it out. Keyshawn Davis versus Floyd Schofield. Who you got? I think Keyshawn Davis right now is too much for Floyd Schofield. Floyd Schofield is a tough kid, but that's really where it lies with him. The skill set is not that high, and he gets a little too crazy sometimes in fights. I think Keyshawn will hurt him bad, to be honest. No disrespect to the kid. Should Devin just go ahead and fight Shakur if he gets past Lomo? That's the fight I would love to see. I think that would be a great fight. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that would be the move. That would be the move. I think that would be the move that Top Rank would be looking to make. Which card are you more excited for, Tank and Ryan or Devin and Lomo? Of course, Tank and Ryan. It's more fireworks in that fight. I mean, that's a big shootout. That's a big old war. I can't wait to that fight. Do you think Andre can beat Benavidez? I don't think. I think Andre has great skills. I think he can frustrate Benavidez. But from his last showing, with him getting tired after about 5 rounds, I think he's gonna have big trouble with Benavidez. But it's still a fight we should be able to see, GYE too, because he had on a leather hat. Hey, at the time, that's how I felt. That's what was going down. And I ain't approve of the leather hat. I just never seen nothing like that before. Like a leather snapback. King Jr. I think King Jr. is going to be a monster. his mentality. He got a very, very strong mentality, great skills. He can punch as a kid. You know what I mean? You don't see that a lot where kids stopping other kids with body shots and shit like that. That kid can fight. And his dad is a very good coach, very good coach. Who should Rolly fight next? Rolly, I think they should make Rolly and Frank Martin. Bivol's manager said he won't take the fight at 175, only 168 for the belts. Who you got if they get the done deal? You talking about with Canelo? I think Canelo just can't beat Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is just too much for Canelo. Too strong, too smart. You know what I mean? And he just, I don't know. I just think he's too much for Canelo, to be honest. I think if they fought at 68, it'd be worse. If Lomachenko slips Devin jab, gets inside and counter, and can he counter Haney's clinching skills? Honestly, that would have to do with Lomachenko, how Lomachenko was feeling that night. Lomachenko has been slowing down, if you ask me, but you know what I mean, he may be feeling good that night, so we'll see. That's not a bad plan though. Try to slip the jab, get inside, and touch him, but I don't know. He said his clinching skills. I know that was funny as shit. I like that though. Is David Morrell a real threat to Benavidez / Canelo like some people say he is? We won't know until he in there, to be honest, because David Morrell is one of those guys. If any of those guys under those type of fighters, Canelo and Benavidez, he gonna beat them up. I think David Morrell should try to fight Caleb Plant first. Big Baby versus Jarrell Miller. Battle of the Big Babies, that'll be a great fight. That'll be a great fight because Jarrell Miller is a pressure guy. He can put a lot of pressure on you and make you feel like you're fighting up against a brick wall. And he can press you out. So I don't know. That'd be a great fight, to be honest. That's a major step up for Jared Anderson. He way too much. I mean, but you gotta be real. Rolly got one loss, and he only got the one loss to possibly the best fighter in the world right now, Tank Davis. Rolly spin to 140. Yeah, that was his best bet, I think. Go to 140. Rolly a big guy. I could imagine 135 being a headache for him to make. Perfect fight for Jamal Charlo. Perfect fight. 160. It's a lot of 160s floating around. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name, though. Somebody be real good for him at 160. I think they should put Charles Conwell and Jamal Charlo. Charles Conwell, Jamal Charlo at 160. Great fight. Can Jared Anderson be the Mahakudov now? Is he also with Top Rank now? Is who with Top Rank? I don't know who that is. Mahakudov. I'm sorry about that. Can you break down how you see Scooter anyway will play out? I think, all right, in my mind, I think if Inoue comes out looking for the knockout, trying too hard, he's going to be disappointed. If he come out using his legs, using his speed, keeping his distance, boxing in and out, I think he could cause trouble for Cool Boy. But Cool Boy is the type of fighter, he'll fight based off of what you're doing. It's not always about game plan with him. It's about what's happening right then and there in the ring, and he can adjust. And that's where Inoue is going to find the trouble with Cool Boy. Because I don't think he'll knock Cool Boy out. I don't think that's happening. Especially him going up in weight. But then you're not only going up in weight, you're fighting the best guy at 122 pounds. So we got to be real. We got to be honest. Tio versus Josh Taylor. I talked about that fight a little earlier. Going to be a great fight. Going to be fireworks. If Tio could keep his head and adjust to Josh Taylor's style and what he's trying to do that night, Tio could take it. But Josh Taylor is a puncher, a boxer. He's all in one. He can fight, got good rhythm, good timing. I think Josh Taylor to get the win, though, to be honest. I think this is the fight that Josh Taylor has been waiting for. A fight like this to really rile him up, and I think we're going to see the best Josh Taylor that night. He fights out of Canada. 16 for the side to the side. I got to check him out. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of fighters that Jared Anderson run over, bro. Because his ability. And he got great hand speed for a heavyweight, too. He got great hand speed, man. He throws sneaky punches, man. And then like we seen in his last fight, turn southpaw, start turning uppercuts and shit like that. Uppercuts and hooks from the southpaw stance. That's very difficult to do, especially for a man that size. So I don't know, man. I think Jared Anderson is tough to beat. Ben Rodriguez or Sonny Edwards. I don't even know who Sonny Edwards is. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm glad y'all shooting me these names because I'm definitely gonna do this homework on these guys. I'm gonna come back better next time. Sorry about that. Boots needs to take the kind of Ben fight, do to him what Pops did to Gerald McClellan. Yeah. Shiv Fundora just retired. He refused to use his height and length advantage in the weight class he should not be in. I think he should go back to the drawing board, get somebody to help him with his boxing ability, and come back stronger. But if that happens once or twice more, get knocked out like that, I think he got to chill. He's too young to be getting hurt like that. And that's the second time I seen him knocked down. But that was ugly. He's too big to be getting hit with the shots he getting hit with, to be honest. Too big. I don't even understand why he fight like that, but that's the way he fight. But if he added, I feel like if he added some head movement, some stepping around on his legs, some pivoting, stuff like that, I think he would cause a lot of trouble for these guys. But sitting there and just trying to bang it out, it'll never work. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, as we all seen Saturday night. How you feel, Rolly and Alberto Puello going to play out at 140? Rolly. Listen, Rolly, I don't care what nobody say. Rolly is tough to fight. Rolly is tough to fight. You got to be on your A game with Rolly because Rolly is coming at you 120 miles per hour and he throwing good overhands, good hooks. Ugly, yes, but powerful, yes. And he can hurt you. Puello is going to have to be on his best behavior for his defense. Nice and sharp, taking his time, touching that body, slowing Rolly down. Landing some good shots in between. He don't have to go in there looking for the biggest shots, but he got to touch him with short uppercuts, short little hooks, stuff like that, just to calm him down. Thoughts on Usyk versus Daniel Dubois and Philip Hergovic? I think Usyk is too slick for Dubois, to be honest. Hergovic, I got to check him out. But I think Usyk is too slow for Dubois, to be honest. Legit was working Rolly out. Yeah, but you got to be able to take a good shot. And one thing Legit can do is take a good shot. You got to be able to take a good shot fucking with Rolly. And Legit, he has good footwork and good movement, too. Good head movement. Good defense, not too bad. Chris Kerber versus Rayo Venezuela rematch. I don't know. I felt like Rayo gave that fight up. I felt like Rayo had that fight in the bag in the early rounds, but he slowed down. Started looking for too much. Should Mendoza fight? Who should Mendoza fight now at 154? I think Mendoza should fight somebody like Erickson Lubin, Terrell Goucher, Brian Castano. Fights like that. He earned it. Because Jamel is booked up with Tim Tszyu, so fights like that is out of the question. Colbert, 130. Fighter, he knew good at 35. He had his strength not there yet. He ain't said it. Do you think Gabe can beat the bully again? He beat him once. It's up to the bully now. Thoughts on Benavidez Sr. as a trainer? I think Benavidez Sr. is a good trainer. It just, Everybody, see, people think that trainers can make fighters. A trainer can motivate you. A trainer can sharpen you up, but he can't make you. You know what I mean? And just because you're coming from a good camp where you got some good fighters, don't mean everybody gonna be good. So I was actually just talking about this earlier, as far as with coaches. Coaches become great trainers through great fighters. Great fighters become great fighters through great coaches. You know what I mean? The combination of the two got to come together. How would you see Charlo and Spence playing out? I think Charlo too big for Spence right now, to be honest. But that'll be a shootout. Keyshawn versus Frank, I talked about that also earlier. Great fight, 50-50 fight right now. Frank Martin has the experience as a pro. Keyshawn has the experience as the amateur, but he's letting it speak through these fights, these performances he putting on in the pros. He beating these guys up. And if he's not beating them up, he outworking them. Can Cool Boy beat Colbert at 130? I think so. I think Colbert just don't work hard enough. Lomo versus Haney, I talked about that as well. Great fight, chess match. I think Lomo's first 5 rounds will be the best rounds of the fight, though, for him. I think he'll slow down after 5 or 6. And, I think Haney, hand speed will start to get over or help him get over in that fight. I think it's going to be a great fight, though. I'm not sleeping on Lomachenko at all. You think Cool Boy going undisputed this year? It's possible. Shakur versus Haney, a possible fight in 23. No, I don't think it's going to happen in 23. I think that fight probably happened mid-24, something like that, maybe. I don't know. If it does happen at the end of the year, that'd be great. That'd be crazy to watch that. Frank Martin versus Colbert. I think Frank Martin is too strong for Chris Colbert. I think he's too aggressive, too athletic. I think he'll cause hell when it comes to Chris Colbert. Ugas versus Mario Barrios is a good fight. I think Mario Barrios will put up a great rumble, but I think Ugas will outwork him, to be honest. Is Jerry Anderson the future heavyweight? It's possible. It's possible. I know he was talking big, but I also know he got to wait a couple years. What's the steps to turning pro? I mean, for me, I would like a guy to get enough amateur fights, at least a good 20, 30 amateur fights before you think about turning pro. You know what I mean? Get you some experience and really feel the ring out in different atmospheres. Samuel's just called out Boots. Boots needs to give him that work. It might happen. Abdullah versus Keyshawn. Abdullah he needs some more experience. Keyshawn, what y'all gotta understand is so kids like Abdullah Mason, they become pro at a young age, and the reason they getting the notoriety that they getting is because they won a lot of titles at JO. JO meaning 16-year-old, 15-year-old tournaments. Keyshawn went around the world fighting grown men, you know what I mean, and won a silver medal. So you gotta give him his respect. Abdullah Mason is a really good fighter, but I don't think he's ready for Keyshawn just yet, to be honest. Barrios versus Ugas will come down to the second half of the fight. Yeah, true. That's true. You think Tank going to stop Ryan early or late? I think he's going to stop Ryan like 9th or 10th round. What 3 fighters should we keep an eye on? Haven't gotten the spotlight yet. I'm going to say James Martin. I'm going to say Atif O'Burlton. And I'm going to say Jabril Noble, for sure, all from Philly. I'm a little biased, I'm sorry. Is Virgil Ortiz done at 47? I think he should be. I feel like he's killing himself to make weight. Shushu also up there. Yeah, I think Shushu definitely going to cause trouble at 26 and 30, for sure. He got the height, he got the speed, got the, the skill set. I think he definitely going to cause trouble, but we got to be careful. When just like anybody else, when the level steps up, we gotta see how you handle it. That guy fought his last fight was definitely disappointing, man. I didn't think the guy was gonna curl out like that. I mean, he stopped him in the second round. That was crazy. That was crazy to see. See him get stopped like that in the second round. You know what I mean? Because he didn't even really want to fight. That was disappointing to watch because I wanted to see Shushu put on the show. But it's hard to put on the show when the guy barely want to fight. What's up, Coach G? Thoughts on Fulton anyway? I like Fulton in that fight. I like Fulton as well. I think anyway is in for a world of trouble. I think anyway barked up the wrong tree, to be honest. Because it's not like you just stepping up to 122. You fighting the best fighter at 122 pounds. So you got to be careful. You know what I mean? But I also think it's funny how when they mentioned they was going to be testing every week, drug testing every week, he all of a sudden got cut. And to be honest, I never see nobody get cut with a winning headgear on. And that's all he wears is winning. So, I don't know. Go figure. Ryan not going to be able to control the distance all night. In my opinion, Tank going to find his way in to the land, uppercut or hook. Yeah, I believe the same thing. I think Tank going to kill that body too. Carlos Adames is a tough fighter. He's very, very skilled, very awkward though. He got real awkward movement, good speed for a guy fighting at 160. Pretty good punch on him. I think he's a really good fighter. I can't front on him. I like Adames. Anyway, he hasn't fought somebody like Fulton. Nope. Just tuned in. Did you already talk about Fundora KO? I'll rewind. Yeah, we talked about it, but like I said before, Fundora just needs some help because that style is going to get him hurt even more if he continues on that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes people be like, oh, we're going to go back to the drawing board, but they still be working on the same shit. He really need to learn how to box because he's too young. He's too young to be getting knocked out like that. That was a cold knockout, bro. Cuz wasn't playing with him. Is it because his eyesight problems? Thank you for bringing the intro back with Bruce on your videos. That's my guy, Bruce. Bruce is my guy. Y'all gotta, hey, listen, Bruce is a cool-ass kid, man. What you think about Kid Austin? Is he the future? Nah, unless his father lets what's the old head they down there with? Ronnie Shields. Unless his father let Ronnie Shields take over, I don't see it happening. If his father continue to be his head coach, I don't see it happening. Tip Bayless. Salute, brother of Skip Bayless. Hey, you think Martin or Keyshawn ready for Santa Cruz? Yeah, I think they're too big for Santa. Oh, you talking about no. You ain't talking about Leo Santa Cruz, is you? You talking about my guy. You on this joint cooking, coach. I appreciate that. What you think of Jared Anderson and Joe Joyce? I don't think Jared Anderson ready for Joe Joyce, to be honest. Joe Joyce, you need a bomb to beat Joe Joyce. Worst knockout I ever saw? I don't know. I seen a lot of knockouts. Jahad Tucker, Xander Zayas, that'll be a great fight. But Jahad Tucker got to bring his strength and condition in that fight. Xander Zayas is a strong kid. And didn't Xander Zayas just go up to 54, 60? Well, 54 because he was fighting at 47. So I think if Jahad Tucker got to settle in at 54 a little more. But I don't know. Jahad Tucker, it's tough. He got hit with a lot of punches that last fight. I ain't like that. You know, I ain't like that performance. I like the performance because he fought his heart out. But I didn't like how he was getting touched. And I think if Xander Zayas touch him like that, it's going to be trouble. How was that work with your fighter in Tank? Seeing that you had him hop off the plane and get it in. That's the part that had me most impressed with Jabril. That, you know, we got off the plane, you know, after getting on the plane early in the morning, got off the plane, got to the hotel, really ain't get no sleep, got in there and got to work. I was impressed. It was really good work, though. I seen a lot of good shit from Tank. I seen a lot of good shit from Brill. To be honest, Suki, I have to favor Joe Joyce. He got more experience, too. Yeah, Greg, what you think of Shakur versus Jermaine Ortiz? I thought that's more of a proven fight from both at 135. I think Jermaine Ortiz can hang with Shakur, but I think Shakur would just edge him. I think he would edge him. I think the fight would be like 8 rounds to 4, something like that if they fought. 8 rounds to 4, Shakur's way. Best boxing show on the planet. What up, G? Appreciate that, bro. That's love, man, for sure. Cause I got a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? I ain't really got my setup always set up, but we rolling though. We on here. We talking boxing. Get with me. Hee. Ask me whatever. If you could start over and box from day one, what are your top 3 things you would work on? My number one thing would be discipline. You know what I mean? I didn't have discipline as an amateur 100%, and I didn't have discipline as a pro for sure. You know what I mean? I bullshitted a lot as a pro. I just took fights. I fought here, I fought there. I didn't care about the weight, none of that shit. I just wanted to rumble, get paid, go home, and do what I had to do. So it would be discipline, discipline, discipline. That would be the main thing. You know what I mean? My skill set is high as they come. You know what I mean? My heart is big as a horse's. I don't care about nobody, where they from, and who they train with, none of that. I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? My biggest problem was discipline. That was my biggest problem, bro, to be honest. You know what I mean? I can hang with the best of them, though, when it comes to skill set. For sure. When it comes to composure, skill set, and all of that, I can hang with the best of them. What happened with your high spar boots? I heard it got ugly for the young man. I wasn't there. Yo, when you come to Vegas, do you hit our mountains or for training? No, I ain't get to hit the mountains. I heard about them, though, and I saw them, but I ain't get to go up there. So is Thurman still fighting, or is he looking to retire? I don't know, man. They got my man Keith Thurman sitting on the shelf. Jermaine got that experience with Lomo to keep him close. He's a very sound boxer. I respect Jermaine Ortiz a whole lot. I do. But I just think it's a little something missing. It's a little something missing. What you think of them calling Shakur the boogeyman? I've been seeing Jermaine Ortiz aggressively calling him out with Dos Santos. I think those both would be great fights for him. Dos Santos, we know what's coming to fight. But see, these guys be calling these type of guys out, and I'm not saying they should be scared of them. I'm not saying that at all. But you got to be careful because these are world-class guys. What makes them world-class is because they already got a taste of the world before they even turn pro. You know what I mean? Before they even turn pro, these guys got a taste of the world with the Olympics. So you got to be careful because, you know what I mean, the confidence level is on another level. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on Brandon Lee? I like Brandon Lee, but I don't like Brandon Lee, but I like Brandon Lee. I think he's a real good fighter for sure, but it's something missing with him as well. What's the best division in boxing in your opinion? What's the best up-and-coming divisions? I think the best division in the future, next 3 years, will be 154. I think the best division now is probably 35-40 right now. What's the best fight you ever seen? The best fight I ever seen was Gabriel Rosado versus Derek Pooh Ennis in Philadelphia. They fought, I think it was 10 rounds or 12 rounds. 12 rounds in South Philly. That was the best fight I ever seen live, bro. Best fight I ever seen. Great fight. Back and forth action. Personally, I think Brandon Lee is sort of hyped up. Me too, in a way. But I'm going to work on all discipline. Work best boxing show on the planet. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, the discipline. Listen, you can't miss when you discipline. Because when you discipline and you need to push yourself harder in a fight, it's no problem. When you discipline, you listening to your coach and you understanding your coach and you understanding what needs to be done. That's what discipline is. You know what I mean? So if like I said before, if I could have been more disciplined, that would have been the way to go for me. Break down what Cool Boy needs to do. Cool Boy needs to stay smart, but at the same time, punish the body, punch in between anyway punches, and work behind a beautiful jab. The jab first, though. Shakur Stevenson, the best fighter, below 147. He beats all of them. The kid is almost has no weakness. There's some other bad motherfuckers, though, but I can't get mad at your opinion, for sure. Martin versus Keyshawn, like I said, 50-50 fight. I love that fight. That's a great fight. I can't pick a winner. Brandon got to be better on defense. I agree. What you think of Subriel Matias? Subriel Matias is a monster. You got to be careful with that guy. Better be careful. He can hurt you bad. Every punch he throws, mean intentions on it. Brandon and T.O. future fight. I like to see. That'll be a great fight. Did you see Ryan Garcia media workout? Yeah, I seen a little bit of it. You got to keep them hands up, but he do what he do. This Duck G, what's your prediction on Lomo? Duck, what's up, Duck? Lomo versus Haney. I think, like I said earlier, I think Lomo versus Haney is going to be a chess match up until round 6. And I think Haney will start to pull off. It's just that simple. Best left hook you've seen? Best left hook. Best left hook. It was all right, best left hook I seen in boxing probably was Joe Frazier's crazy left hook. Best left hook I seen live in front of my face. One of them was from a guy named Louis Cream, who was from Jersey. He was knocking people's teeth out. It was a kid named I seen some. I mean, it's Philly, man. I'm from Philly, so I seen some great left hooks, man. I mean, I love my left hook. Shout out and salute Greg Hackett, the trainer. It's real new. Stay with me to boost trying. Greg, stay keeping it 100. She'll be a boxing commentator. Maybe one day. We'll see what's up. They got to open up the books for me. Shakur is the closest I've seen to Floyd. What do you think are the biggest differences when Floyd fought? Floyd is more of a rhythm fighter where he got to have you right where he wants you. Shakur, I think Shakur sets traps a little bit better than Floyd. The reason I say that because Shakur will let you throw certain shit just so he can hit you. Floyd do that too, but Floyd like to move first. Floyd like to move until you slow down, and then he's stabbing you to the body. He's slowing you down. Shakur more so he just touching you right where he want to touch you. He lets you make mistakes and then he touch you. He lets you make a mistake, then he touch you. He back you up a little bit, touch you. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was a bad motherfucker on his legs and with his hands. How big of a problem is PEDs at the top level in boxing? I think, to be honest, I think a lot of fighters juicing, bro. A lot of them. Who you like, T.O. versus Taylor? From the last showings, I gotta pick Taylor, Josh Taylor. I think he did better fighter, and I think I don't know, I think he's just difficult. He a difficult guy to beat. You gotta really be on your A game. If Don King was still in box promoter, would we have Crawford Smith much sooner? It's not really, I don't know if it really had so much what Don King would do. It's just everybody gotta see eye to eye. Jamel Charlo versus Terrence Crawford. Great fight. Right now, I think Jamel Charlo is a little too big, but great fight. Great fight. What's the most underrated part of Boot's skill set we don't know about? I would just say the hard work and his focus. Hard work and his focus. Who the best southpaw in the world right now? It's hard to say. Some bad southpaws out there. You got to remember Tank Davis and Shakur are both southpaw. Yeah, I mean, you might as well say Crawford southpaw. You might as well say Boots southpaw. So it's hard to say. Will Fulton walk him down? I think he'll walk him down after 6 rounds. Still think it's too early for Kid Austin and Abdullah Mason. I think that would be a great fight. I think that'll be a back and forth rumble. That'll be a real good match. That'll be a real good match. Yeah, Marley Marl, that's a good joint. That's a good joint right there. For sure. That'll be a great fight. Tell Cool Boy, watch out for the gloves. Hand wraps. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard they be getting crafty over there. Marley Marl, I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate the donation. Even though I don't even know how that shit work, but I appreciate it. I don't even know how that shit work, bro. Which young fighter moves up the most divisions? I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Shakur already in his 3rd division, though. Because he was at 26, 30, now he at 35, so he doing pretty good. Him and Tank doing pretty good. Jack, salute to you, fam. I've been waiting on this from a real box perspective, not a commentator. I appreciate that. How can you tell a fighter is juicing, G? For me, I can tell how they built. Like they be getting them MMA bodies. Like a fighter's body from the workouts, you automatically get that V shape. Shoulders be real wide, waist get tight. I mean, when them dudes be juicing, the whole body square. And then you will see like that jaw get all crazy big, neck be all dumb and big, like he just be looking too crazy. Shoulders be too crazy, like too crazy. They be like, come on, bro. It'd be like if you gonna do all that, you might as well be a weightlifter and shit. Pick any fighter all time to box. Who would you choose? I'll pick James Toney. I love James Toney's style. I just would love to be in the ring with him. Do you think Shakur can do it all way up to 154? No, I think Shakur stop at 47. I don't see Shakur going up to 54. I think he'll stop at 47. I'll say it, bro. Spence best southpaw. I mean, that's your opinion. I can't say you wrong. Spence a beast. That's what I was thinking, 702. Greg Hackett, one of the best insights in boxing. I appreciate that, Jimmy. Does B-Hop give back to... Nah, B-Hop don't fuck with Philly, bro. B-Hop, when you see B-Hop in Philly, he be acting like he like the alien. Like he really be acting like different, like weird, bro. You think they all juicing the influence bullshit? The influencer bullshit. Or you think they drug testing? I think at the top level, I think 82% be fucking with something. I think like a 80, I think it's around that number, like 82% of top fighters be fucking around. Dude, Fundora still got future. He chicken at 160. I think Fundora just need to really find a coach he respect that could teach him how to box. Shakur not that good of an athlete, in my opinion. That's your opinion. I know he be whooping people's ass. Yo, G, you should call that Tank Ryan fight live, round by round. I do that for y'all. That's no problem. Tank best 135 in the game, in my opinion. Tell me I'm wrong. I can't say you wrong. Can't say you right. Because he ain't fight the best yet. But I can say the same thing about the others. They ain't fight the best yet, so... Yeah, I can't say you wrong. Do you have any plans to put out some boxing tutorial videos? I think about it every day, bro, but I don't be like, I don't know how to see me. You gotta understand, like all this computer shit is new to me. Like I'm only 36, bro, but I'm like really an old man. So I really, because when I started boxing, having a camera in the gym, that was a no-no. You know what I'm saying? And recording everything, and it's just a no-no. So it slips my mind to even pull the camera out when I'm training people or when I'm training or like, I don't know. But I think about it all the time though. I do think about it. But then sometimes I don't want to do it because I don't want to give away all my sauce. I don't want the motherfucker thinking they know me, thinking they got me down pat because I still got a lot of coaching to do. You know what I mean? I don't want motherfuckers, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna get all my sauce. This is all. But I definitely think about doing it though. Jared Anderson versus Wilder, not yet. Not yet. Godly. Greg, who the most talented fighter, 25 and under? Most talented? It's a bunch of them. It's hard to pick one, to be honest. It's hard to pick one. 25 and under. Who you think George Kambosos? But it might be Boots or Shakur, one of them. Who you think George Kambosos should fight next? Anybody who can get him bumped up, get him back on his horse. Yeah, that's giving away tricks for sure. Bill Haney been writing some checks. His son is going to have the cash. That's true. Thoughts on Berlanga and Quigley? Berlanga and Quigley is actually a good fight. Only thing is, I think Quigley ain't what he once was. You know what I'm saying? He slowed down a lot. And he's not the same guy. But I think Berlanga, this will say a lot about Berlanga, you know what I mean, in a fight like this. Because Quigley definitely can box, and he is tough. Tough Irish kid. I like Quigley. I met Quigley some years ago, back when he was like 4-0. Facts, don't give away the secret sauce. Yeah, it's hard for me to cook. It's already hard for me to cook when you got people just around you and you trying to lock in, but then trying to record and show little shit. But I did do some tutorials on my page. It is some, if you scroll back, it is some tutorials on there though, for sure. I threw some basic shit up there. You just gotta scroll back. Shakur versus George Kambosos. I think he'll beat that shit out George Kambosos, to be honest. Facts, don't give away the secret. Think we can get Cool Boy versus Shushu Carrington one day? That might happen. Might happen. Smash the like button, folks. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate y'all. Trust me. I mean, everybody been telling me, G, you gotta jump on YouTube more. You gotta get your podcast, do this and that. It'd be tough for me to do these things because I'll be talking about boxing all day. Then it'd be hard to come home and talk about boxing for another 2-3 hours. But I'm gonna try my best, y'all. I swear to God, try my best. Keep dropping these bars, keep dropping these videos. And I mean, give y'all what I got. I ain't gonna lie, just keep the motivation coming, y'all, because I appreciate it. I really do. And I appreciate the donation from my man Molly Mall. I don't know where they get this number from, but I like that number though. Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor, who you got? Like I said, it'd be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight, but I got Josh Taylor edging Teofimo Lopez. Do you think fighters care about belts or do they want a big pay-per-view? I think they want both. Yeah, I think they want both. Hey man, nah, you could blow up on YouTube, Jay. You be spitting some real facts. I appreciate that. See, and the way, and listen, when I be on YSM with my man Mill, the reason my mind be running like that and I be dropping that shit the way I do, because I got somebody in front of me asking me questions. That's like the best. You know what I mean? That's why when I get on here, it's really hard for me to get it rolling until somebody start asking questions. Once you start asking questions, then my brain start rolling. You know what I mean? Then I'm ready to go. So it's really based off guys asking me questions. You know what I mean? And me just talking about boxing. But for me to just get on here and just start saying shit, it's hard to pick something to say. It's hard to pick one thing to talk about. You know what I mean? Some of these guys I feel like is built for this shit. They get on here, they get to saying all this crazy shit, even though a lot of that shit don't be making sense. A lot of it be sounding crazy, but I understand. You know what I mean? They got that presence. I got the presence, but it's like I need, you know what I mean? I need for somebody to talk to me. You should get a call in with the boxing voice. I did one with him before, like a few months back, maybe like almost a year ago. Do you think Bivol will win again in the rematch against Canelo? I definitely will. I definitely do. Benavidez best 25 and under. Yeah, Benavidez bad boy. Gotta give it to him too. Hopefully you can monetize it, brother. I got my YouTube is monetized. I just got that like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I love your boxing point of view. Just real talk. I appreciate that. Mason versus Martin. I don't think Mason ready just yet. I agree. You and YSM fit together so well. Appreciate that. Hopefully you get more and more subscribers. Thank you, bro. I mean, thank you, miss. I'm sorry. I don't want to say the whole name. Cook up. G, don't answer any more questions till these dudes smash the like. We know why we here. Support. Smash the like. All right, so listen. People keep saying smash the like button. What does that do? Because I'm telling y'all, I really don't understand this shit. I'm trying to open my brain up and understand what's going on here. So when people smash the like button, what does that mean? What does that do? How do I benefit? Yeah, I mean, smash the like button. You heard my guy said. When is Jabril Noble? He fighting June 23rd, most likely. How you see that Bivol and Better Be at fight? That's going to be an interesting matchup. When them two fight, that's going to be very interesting. I can't see a winner. I can't pick a side. I love both of these styles. I love both of the intensity. You know what I mean? I love Bivol for his boxing ability, footwork, and all of that, distance. But I love Better Be for the monster. He a straight monster. He just a monster. He don't care about getting hit. He don't care about getting hit, and he just wants some trouble. You know what I mean? He want big trouble. What's your thoughts on Ray Savage last fight? I thought he fought a really good fight, but I think he started off slow. But when he picked it up real good. And I think he should have went to the body more. I think he should have went to the body more. I did put a video up of that on my page. Makes more people see your video. Okay. Trim down the algorithm more. Okay. I'll be tuning in to YSM just to hear your point of view. I appreciate that. Who is Jabril Noble opponent? Fight where he gonna be fighting in Philly, but we don't have an opponent yet. You get the algorithms going, have more likes. Okay. So hit the likes, man. Go crazy on the like button. They say it's gonna get more love. Crash the like button then. Benavidez at 175 gonna be hectic. Yeah, that speed gonna be crazy. But he gonna have to work harder. Them dudes get big at light heavy, man. Salute to you. Smashing the like button brings more viewers to the channel. Okay. What do you see in Bruce Carrington? I think Bruce Carrington is very sharp. That's his best quality to me. Very sharp fighter. Very patient, sharp, skillful. And they building him up right. He's not afraid to go for that knockout. Shushu versus Abdullah, Kid Austin versus your fighter, and Martin versus Keyshawn Davis. Shushu and Abdullah Mason. I think Abdullah is a little too strong, but I think Shushu is very sharp. That could be a great fight. Kid Austin and my guy, we gonna beat him up. And Frank Martin and Keyshawn Davis is a toss-up, 50-50. If Lomachenko loses to Haney, should he retire? I think he should. Because he getting old. He not getting old because his age. He getting old because he put a lot of work in boxing, y'all. Y'all got to understand, 400 amateur fights, it's not easy. Do you think Anthony Joshua hit his skill ceiling? I don't see him getting any better to beat the likes of Fury or Usyk. I think Joshua's skills can keep going up, but I think where he needed his check-in, he need that heart check. He need to realize he really a giant. He need to go in and start smashing dudes. I really wanted a Lomo versus Shakur at 130. Yeah, that would have been great. You fought at a lot of weight classes. What weight class would you say hits the hardest? Is it heavyweight or has it been different weight that surprised you? The hardest I've been hit is at 154 pounds by a guy named Mike Ruiz. That's the hardest I've ever been hit in a fight. And Bassi Samir at 160. Samir caught me with a great uppercut. You know what I mean? That's the first and only time I ever really been stopped. You know what I mean? I got 2 stoppages on my record, but the other fight was a heavyweight, and I shouldn't have been in there with a heavyweight, but he kept laying on me, and my fucking back was killing me, so I stopped the fight myself after the second round. He didn't stop me in the fight. It was, you know what I mean? It was in between rounds. I was like, yo, my back killing me. Well, he can't do this no more. Fuck that. You ain't fucking my back up. What you think of Ashton? So, what's the Keyshawn? I like that kid, but he just... Every time I see him fighting, it's like, who is he fighting? You know what I mean? I like that kid, though. What you think about Bam fighting with a broke draw? That shows true warrior. I can't say that's dumb. That shows true warrior. That's what you're here to do. You're here to fight. And if you're going to let a broke draw stop you, then maybe you shouldn't be fighting. Shushu will be great. Gee, why you think they talk about the best fighters all the time? Nobody bring up Andre Ward, because Andre Ward wasn't big on selling himself. He was just big on winning. So that's why Andre Ward don't come up too much. But he definitely one of the greatest fighters all time. He didn't lose a fight since he was 12 years old. That's great. That's greatness. Bruce got one of the best inside games already. Andy Cruz needs to get in on that 135 action. I think he will. Thoughts on rehydration clauses? I don't get it, but I understand it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? But they allow guys to do it, so they exercise it. How do you feel about Triple G retiring from boxing? Triple G has done enough in boxing. He don't have nothing to prove. Which one you like to use more? Focus mitts or paddles? I like to mix it up. I get the noodles, the paddles, the shield. You know what I mean? I mix it up. Some days I don't even do pad work. I don't even be messing with guys on the pad work. I might make a motherfucker go 12 rounds on the bag. Shit like that. Jerry Anderson, Andy Ruiz, great fight. But not yet. I don't think he's ready for Andy Ruiz just yet. He'll give him some trouble, but Andy Ruiz still is world class. Is Truck like that? I think Truck got the shit, but he need to fight to expose that. He need that one fight that's going to allow him to show what he can actually do. Who do you have in the Montana Love Africa fight? I think Africa too disciplined. I think he too sharp for Montana Love right now. If Montana Love had his old coach, I think he can be big trouble for Africa. But whoever he got working with him right now, nah, I don't think it's happening. And I like Montana Love. Don't get me fucked up. I mean, don't get it fucked up. Bam versus Shu. You talking about Bam Rodriguez? Same, I hate cameras. Fundora versus Mendoza outcome. Oh man, if they fight again, if Fundora don't change that mix he got, man, he gonna get hurt again. Frank Martin stops Keyshawn. Ooh, I don't know about that. Did you see the Thomas Matisse fight? Was that a good stoppage? I didn't get to see it. I'm sorry about that. What's your honest thoughts on Speedy? Speedy Rashidi? I think Rashidi's a great fighter, but I think Rashidi learned a big lesson in that last fight. I mean, he got away from his jab, and you know, what I mean, he was a little too overwhelmed. He allowed himself to get overwhelmed when he shouldn't have. I mean, he had to fight one. He should have just settled down, use his legs, and box. But I just felt like he was getting tired. You know what I mean? Because he felt like he just had to fight. But he had to fight one. Front door fight like how we used to in the bathroom at school. Real shit. What you think is going to happen with Demetrius Andre? I think Andre, they going to give him a really good fight his next fight. And, you know what I mean? We'll be able to see from there. But from that last showing, he shouldn't start off so fast. I felt like he started off too fast in the fight and got tired. How do you feel about all the influencer boxing? There's a tournament next Saturday hosted by Kingpin Boxing. That you talking about with all the YouTubers and shit, I think, honestly, I think it's corny. Honestly, Devin versus Shakur, great fight, chess match. You know what I mean? Devin got to be himself, but he can't do too much. Shakur got to do a little more if he was going to beat Devin. It's going to be a great fight. That's a 50-50 fight. Benavidez should fight Andre next. That'd be crazy. Keith Thurman and Adrian Broner, that'd be a good joint. That's a good joint. I can't get mad at that fight. I definitely would tune into that for sure. For sure. I would definitely tune in. You think Devin going to pick one more apart? I think he will after 6 or 7 rounds. I think he will. I think the second half of the fight will belong to Devin Haney. I think the first half would be a toss up. What you think about Shakur power underrated? It's not so much that his power is underrated. He just hit you in spots where it hurt, man. When you touching that solar plex, you touch a guy on his jaw, like directly on his jaw, touch you on your temple. You know what I mean? He hit you in your neck. He punch you all over for real, but he just very accurate. And then you run into the punches. He allows you to run into the punches by picking up your timing. You know what I mean? He'll shoot a jab at you, take a small step back, catch you crashing, and then boom, he'll touch you with the left hand, touch you with a hook. And man, I think his power is definitely underrated, but I think it's more so that he touching you in the right spots. Thurman boxing circles around AB. I don't know, man. AB will make him fight. Thurman versus Broner before Mandana would have been fire. True. Your thoughts on Tank versus Shakur? Tank versus Shakur, like I said earlier in the conversation, is a toss-up. You got the meanest fighter in the world versus the sharpest fighter in the world. Both have ability, both have skills, both have good agility, timing. You know what I mean? That would be a great fight. Tank would have to outwork Shakur, but Shakur would have to outsmart Tank for that to happen. Gary Antoine versus Regis. Whoa. That's a great fight. Regis could pull it off because he's the veteran. But after 7 rounds, Regis looked like he go through like a dry spell. He get a little tired. I don't know what that is. That'll be a great fight. Shakur versus Frank Martin. I think Frank Martin needs a little bit more experience before he go fucking with a guy like Shakur. He need like another year before he go fucking with a guy like Shakur. I think Shakur got him beat on experience. Frank Martin and Shakur, and Keyshawn, I talked about that earlier. I think that's a 50-50 fight. Keyshawn has a world of experience when it comes to the amateurs. You know what I mean? That's where his confidence comes from. You know what I mean? He's been around the world as an amateur. Frank Martin is doing some great things as a pro, putting on some great performances. I think that's a 50-50 fight. I think that's a 50-50 fight. He talking about Danny and Laura. Danny who? Danny Jacobs? Or Danny Garcia? Oh, Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia and Laura. At a catchweight, who you got and why? If Danny could understand that he gotta move his head, move his feet a little faster, move his hands a little faster, Danny could pull it off with the pop he got. But Laura, to be honest, is the better boxer coming from the southpaw stance. That'll be a tough fight for Danny. Regis and Matisse, yikes. I think Regis will have to box him all night to get that win. He can't try to trade with him. Mendoza versus Lubin would be dope, right? I talked about that earlier. That would be a great fight. Frank Sanchez, Jermaine Franklin, great fight. Frank Sanchez is dangerous, though. His size, man. How about Mel Charlo and Tim Tszyu? That's going to be a great fucking fight too. But I think Tim Tszyu should get one more before Jamel Charlo. But he wants to go right into that fight. I think Jamel Charlo over the rounds start to wear him out. I think like the 9th, 10th round he'd get Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu's sturdy though. Boots versus Ugas. Y'all gotta stop playing, man. It's a death sentence. Boots and Stanionis is a way better fight. I think Boots and Stanionis would be fireworks for sure. Boots would have to buckle down for sure to get that win. What up, Greg? AKA the People's Champ. Which fight do you want more? Tank Shakur, Dev versus Shakur. I ain't gonna lie, I would like to see Tank and Shakur more. I would like to see that fight, that matchup. Tim Tszyu versus Ramos. That'd be a great fight. You talking about Ramos that just beat Joey Spencer? That'd be a great fight. See what I mean? Now you thinking like I'm thinking. That'll be a matchup before you go get Jamel. Yeah, Stanionis a monster. I ain't gonna lie. Boo Boo and Charlo need to go and get that, and then the other Charlo need to go and get Canelo before he leaves. Yeah, Canelo be playing though. Who should your man Blair fight next? Blair at 47. Blair should get, all right, it should be Blair and Rashidi Ellis. Make that fight. Blair and Rashidi Ellis. I like that fight. Ramos like Terminator. Yeah, he's a beast. He definitely a beast. Jermaine Ortiz, Pitbull Cruz. Great fight. Jermaine Ortiz got to be on his best behavior, though. Pitbull Cruz ain't nothing to play with. Pitbull Cruz is nothing to play with. Trust me when I tell you. Yo, I appreciate y'all for tapping that like button, too. They say the likes get me up. Turn me up. Turn me up with the likes, then. If the likes is what do it, the likes is what I need. Let's get it. I like it. What about AB? What should AB do? AB should get I heard AB was gonna fight Victor Ortiz. What you say to people hating on Shakur fighting Yoshino, motherfucker saying he should for Santos instead. Listen, that guy was number 7 in the world, from my understanding. So the only reason people was disappointed because they expected a better fight. But it's not Shakur's fault. He was just being who he is. He fighting one of the best guys in the world. If you're number 8 in the world, number 7 in the world, you're one of the best in the world. We just didn't know too much about him, but I know he stopped Nakatani, and Nakatani came over here and gave Teofimo trouble. He beat Felix Verdejo, so he was definitely worthy. Stanios or Thurman. I would like all 3 of them fights. I ain't gonna lie. Any of those fights. For Boots, I like Stanionis, I like Thurman, and I like Romain Villa. I like all those fights. All those are good fights. I ain't gonna fraud, bro. I like all of them fights. I appreciate y'all, man, too, for hanging out with me, man. Thank you. I like all those fights for Boots, though. Boots just need to keep them rolling. So whoever they got, bring them on. You know what I mean? I think he ready for whoever. So just keep him coming. I pay bread for Thurman versus Ugas. I think Ugas will do it to him. Yeah, that would be a good joint too, though. I like the matches y'all coming up with. Hector versus Keyshawn. Hector Garcia, Keyshawn. I think he too small for Keyshawn. Thank you, OG. Love your insight. No problem. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna chill with y'all for like another minute. I gotta get up out of here because I gotta get up in the morning. We'll pull up every time, Greg. Appreciate that, man. I really do. Appreciate my man Marley Mall for the donation. Thank you. What lightweight is the best chance to beat Tank? How would you coach against him? Go live more. I got y'all, man. I got y'all. The best for Tank? I think the best matchup for Tank is Shakur. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's the best matchup. Teofimo Regis, who you got? That's a good one too. I don't know. I Regis. See, I'm the reason I'm going against Tiafimo so much right now is Tiafimo ain't been showing a lot mentally, man. He been breaking down. His name is Jabril Noble, Jibril Noble, Noble. If you could co-train with any other trainer minus Boozy, who would it be? Derek James. It would be Derek James, Freddie Roach, Derek James, Freddie Roach, and probably Kevin Cunningham. Wilder Fury 4. How would you coach Wilder? Man, be more patient, work behind your jab, take some steps back sometime. It ain't always about going forward. Going back is not always a bad thing. Taking steps back is not always a bad thing. Hector Garcia versus Lamont Roach. Mandatory at 130. What you think about that matchup? I think that's a lot better fight for both fighters. Lamont Roach can't let Hector Garcia punch on him, and then Hector Garcia got to move his head more. Got to get up out of there. Yo, who you got between Joe Joyce and Jared Anderson? I think Joe Joyce is a complete monster. I think he give anybody trouble. Who you like coming out of the amateurs? Man, shit. We got Dennis Thompson. We got Salim Bey. We got Juan Rivera. We got some great fighters. That'll be coming out soon. What made Freddie Roach? I think it's consistency, and I think that he understands boxing more than people think. He understands distance. He understands the basics. Freddie Roach got a basic style, but he got a style that wins. Who do you fight, big man like Fury? How do you fight big man like Fury? You like Celine? Fury, man. I ain't gonna lie, you gonna need all your weapons fucking with Fury. You think Kermel gonna be a problem in the pros? I think he will. I like Kermel. Kermel a little beast, and he can punch. What makes Boots so special in your opinion? I think what makes Boots special is his work ethic, to be honest. Quick breakdown on Sabril Matias. Sabril Matias is like a snake mixed with he like a snake mixed with a gorilla. What I mean by that is he play you real slow. He'll let you touch him. He'll fill you out like a snake. A snake fill you out before they strike. You know what I mean? But he punch like a gorilla hit, like a gorilla. The meanest fighter I ever seen and been around. The meanest fighter probably Mike Jones, Hank Lundy. Because we talking about guys who just don't give a fuck. Gabe Rosado. I don't know. It's a few of them, man. It's a lot of them. To be honest. My bad. I said Hank Lundy, Mike Jones, Gabe Rosado, Raymond Ford versus Oshaki Foster. That'd be a great fight. My fighter, he'll be fighting again June 23rd. What makes Derek a good trainer? Derek again understands boxing. He understands placing shots. He understands what breaks a man down. The body. Gotta go to the body. Wilder should fight next. I think, man, they need to make that Wilder and AJ fight. I think Adorno got a tough road ahead of him. Yeah, Adorno got to get more. Adorno got to get more humble, man, more patient, and stop looking for the knockout all the time. Just be okay with scoring punches. But he also got a tank issue because he got tired, a gas tank issue because he got tired in that last fight. What heavyweight has the best chance to beat Fury? I think Joe Joyce. Meanest fighter. Thank you because he is. Boots can beat Tim Tszyu. I mean, it's possible. I've been said Boots need to get Thurman before Thurman. Same thing, Boots. Best gonna come and come. And Thurman basically a gatekeeper. Thurman is tough though. Can't sleep on him. Young Roy Jones, David Benavidez. Whoa. I don't know. Roy might have been too much, man. We gotta be real. Roy was electrifying. Speed was crazy. Tank versus Ryan undercard looked horrible. That's just from the fights they showing. I think they got some other fights on there. But you might be right. Spence versus Tim Tszyu at 154. Is that a good fight? That's a great fight. Will Gary Russell Jr. fight next? Who should Gary Russell Jr. fight next? I don't know. I think Gary Russell Jr. should get the Oshaki Foster fight. That'd be good. Keith will use his feet like Corinne did. Real shit. He won't win though. Greg, you have an outstanding boxing mind. I appreciate that, y'all, man. Thank you for tapping in, man. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some sleep. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. I appreciate y'all for coming to fuck with me. You know what I mean? They want me to go live more, so I'm gonna go live more on YouTube. You know what I mean? Let's build this thing up. Let's get it going. Let's get our own boxing channel. I'm talking about where we the promoters and we the commentators and we whatever else. You know what I'm saying? And we putting our own fights together. You know what I mean? That'd be crazy, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I really do, man. How you know if boxing gloves bootleg the material? Canelo Benavidez, I like Benavidez, Thurman and Boots, and Ugas. Yeah, good fights. Tim Zubin, those is a good test for him for sure. Ramos, Danny Garcia, Ramos. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Ramos and Danny. Appreciate y'all, man. Get with me, y'all. Thank you.